What's going on? It's your truly, just say it with me. I'm Mr. TALIAFERRO. How's everybody doing out there? So, as we all know, Colin Kaepernick has been without work in the NFL since the 2016 season. And I don't like that there are so many false narratives put in the atmosphere about Colin Kaepernick. And partially, I think it's his fault because he doesn't talk, right? I just think he needs to talk more. But here's what Colin Kaepernick originally kneeled and protested against. At the time, there was a lot of police brutality going on in our country, specifically towards African Americans. And Colin Kaepernick was like, yo, y'all asking me to pledge allegiance to this flag. I ain't feeling it right now. I don't feel like this country is one nation under God. I ain't doing it. I ain't standing up and pledging allegiance to this until we get to some of the principles that this country claims it stands by. That's all he was trying to do, was stand with his people and say, you know what, this ain't right. This don't feel right. I don't feel comfortable standing up for this. Nah, we got to fix some things about ourselves before I feel like this thing is one nation under God. That was his premise. All these narratives about he's against military and this, that was not the basis of what he was trying to do. He was like, I don't feel like we're one nation. I don't feel like we're on the same page. We feel divided. That's what Cap was trying to do. Now, all these spins to the narrative that he was originally trying to paint, like I said, the media's fault, fans' fault, and partially Kaepernick's fault because he doesn't do interviews and he doesn't talk. So, Colin Kaepernick and his agent, Jeff Naley, they put out a statement because he's been, like I said, been out without work since 2016. His window is closing. And I'll get more into this in a second. I just met Colin Kaepernick. He physically looks amazing, right? He still looks like he's in great shape. Obviously, he said he works out. He's been working out every day since the day that he didn't have a job, right? He's never stopped the grind. He's been working his behind off to get in the league. I've heard reports that Colin Kaepernick has had conversations with a couple teams, but the teams felt like he ain't serious enough about playing, so they just moved on. Kaepernick denies that. As a matter of fact, him and his agent, Jeff, released a statement just trying to clean up some misconceptions about Colin Kaepernick's status with the NFL. They said straight up and down, there have been so many false narratives in the media regarding Colin. We believe it's important to set the record straight again. Nothing below is up for interpretation or debate. It's the truth and nothing else. Is Colin still able to seek employment in the NFL after he filed a grievance? Yes. Eric Reid filed the same grievance and is currently employed by an NFL team. Has Colin been offered a single job by an NFL team? No, not a single team has offered Colin a job since the 2016 season in which he began his peaceful protest. Has Colin ever had a workout with an NFL team? No, not a single team has brought Colin in for a workout. Seattle brought Colin in for a visit, but did not work him out. Afterwards, Pete Carroll said Colin is a starter in this league. No other NFL team has interviewed or worked out Colin in the past 3 years, despite other false narratives in the media to the contrary. Have you reached out to every team on Colin's behalf? The agent Jeff said, I have reached out to all 32 teams about Colin's employment with little to no response from teams about an opportunity for Colin. In 25 years, I have never seen anything like this. Has Colin demanded a specific salary in connection with his employment? No, that narrative is completely false. What about Colin being a distraction with the 49ers? His coach Chip Kelly during the 2016 season said about Colin, he is zero distraction. In the same 2016 season, Colin also won the Lynn Eshman Award, voted on by the 49ers players and given to the 49er who best exemplifies inspirational and courageous play. Does Colin still want to play? Yes. He has been working out 5 days a week for 3 years in preparation to play again. If Colin wants to play, why did he opt out of the 49ers contract? Colin opted out after his conversation with 49ers GM John Lynch, who told Colin they were going to cut him and publicly stated, I don't want to characterize it as if he made a decision to leave here. You can opt out. We can release you. You know, pretty much saying Colin had no choice. Colin opted out prior to free agency to maximize potential employment opportunities and because the 49ers would have cut him prior to the start of the 2017 season. Does Colin fit into most systems around the league? Yes. Colin played in a West Coast offense under Jim Harbaugh. And the idea that he doesn't fit into a team system does not mess with how teams have adjusted their offensive schemes to fit the skill set of their quarterbacks. Colin has the same skill set as many of the young mobile quarterbacks flourishing in the NFL right now. Is Colin still good enough to play? Let's provide some statistics to show Colin's ability to play football at the highest level. Despite having to recover from 3 surgeries during the 2016 season, Colin immediately started, once healthy, and was never beaten out by any other quarterback on the roster. They're showing a little bit of his stats. I don't need to get that far into it. Here's how the agent closes. In summary, it is difficult to think of another young player in NFL history with the statistics and character as impressive as Colin's, but not being given an opportunity to earn a spot on the NFL or roster after what he has accomplished. Let me give y'all my thoughts here. Is Colin being blackballed? Yes. I don't think anyone's arguing that. Let me tell y'all how I feel about Colin. Would I would like for him to talk more? Yes. I don't want messages from your agents. I want to see you talk, man. You're a human being, and I know you got strong opinions on a lot of this stuff. And I know what it is, Colin. I know you're afraid that if you come out and talk, the media's just going to spin your words anyway. But, I mean, damn, we clearly know you want your opinions out there. I mean, look, you just put out a press release. We know you want to talk. The promo videos that you put out over the last couple years. We know you, Colin. You're an educated black man. We know you want to talk. Your girlfriend, I met your girlfriend, your queen, Nessa. She's a super strong opinionated. Nessa is one of the top 5 personalities that I would love to work with. She is amazing. We know y'all got strong opinions. We've seen Nessa on Twitter. I just want you to do an interview, man, or something. And it doesn't have to be with a typical media outlet. Do it with somebody you trust. I just think people need to hear you. It's like you went mute. Your stance was so strong, but after that you went mute. I didn't get a chance to tell this story. And I really wanted to tell this story to y'all. I met Colin Kaepernick this year at Quavo Huncho's Day. Is the picture right now. I met Kaepernick. I met Nessa. I was a media member covering this event. I sat back and watched Colin Kaepernick. It was a scrimmage. He was playing with some of his NFL peers. He mentioned Eric Reid. Eric Reid was there. Some stars around the NFL were there. Cam Newton was there. These are some big time players. Julio Jones was there. Mohamed Sanu was there. These some big time stars within the NFL that was out for this game. I watched Colin Kaepernick from a distance. I saw the smile in that man's face playing football. We're talking about a damn scrimmage for Quavo Day. I'm watching the smile on Kaepernick's face, and he's talking back and forth with Offset and 21 Savage and Gucci Mane, and I'm watching that genuine smile, that love for the game that you can't fabricate, and I'm like, damn, this dude deserves a chance to play. I don't want to see him go out like this. I'm watching that energy, and I'm just sitting back loving it. I probably watched it for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I walked up to Colin Kaepernick, and I never do this. Anyone who knows me, at this point in my life, I'm 25. I'm not really caught up in taking pictures with celebrities. I done pretty much met everybody outside of Hov, Beyonce, and Rihanna, and Drake. Like I've been around them in the same venue. Like that ain't my thing. That ain't my thing, right? I'm good on that. I've met some superstars. I've been afforded to meet some superstars. I've interviewed some superstars. That's not my thing. I walked up to Colin Kaepernick and said, "Yo, can I have a picture with you?" Because anybody that's willing to risk their livelihood, this is a legend. And I stand by that. A legend. Risked his livelihood for his people. But I just wish he would talk. That's all. I just wish. I don't want no press release. And then there are people like that know Colin Kaepernick and they talk to him behind the scenes. They say the same thing. They're like, yo, Cap, we want you to talk. And I think that's the one regret he's going to have in this. And I don't know what he personally believes. I just know he's going to regret one day not talking. Not stepping up and saying, yo, this is what's on my mind. This is how I feel. I look, teams, sign me. I'll play for the minimum. Whatever. Cap is better than a lot. I watch every football game. He's better than a lot of backup quarter. To be real with you, he's better than some starters. And if you don't believe he's better than some starting quarterbacks, fine. Let's say Colin Kaepernick's not better than any starting quarterback in the league, 30 some odd teams. You damn sure know he's better than some backups in the league. I mean, the dude did play in the Super Bowl. Was that close to winning that damn thing? If you don't think he's better than a starter, you at least think he's better than the backups around the league. Most of them. At least understand offense is better than a lot of these guys. At least in better shape than a lot of these backup quarterbacks that I see. Hell, damn Cutler got a job. He don't even care about football anymore. I'm telling you his words. Josh McCown said he's done. He don't even give a damn about the sport anymore. He got a job. And if you don't think Colin Kaepernick is better than the backups, you at least think the man is better than the backups. You at least think he's a third-string quarterback. Like, damn. You don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers could use Kaepernick right now? Big Ben's out for the season. They're literally babysitting their quarterback right now. You don't think Cap could come in and help? Look, I just want the man to talk. He seems reluctant to do that, unwilling to do that, and I hate it because I can never tell that story about me and Colin Kaepernick. You want to know why? 2 hours later, we lost Nipsey Hussle. 2 hours later. The day I met Kaepernick, I got home from the event and I saw breaking news. Matter of fact, as we were leaving the event, some of the artists were starting to hear the news that Nipsey had just been shot. Now, at that point, we didn't know he was dead. We didn't know he was shot and killed right there. But I couldn't tell that story about Cap because it was just in poor taste. Everything turned to Nipsey, and that's unfortunate in itself. But I thank you guys so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Cap, I want you to play too, my brother. I don't want you to go out like this, but we need you to talk, bruh. We need you to talk. I'm out. You into sports, we got you. NFL news, I got you. NBA news, NBA highlights, NBA full coverage, feature stories, all that great stuff, I got you. We even got a little bit of Madden and 2K mixed in. Subscribe to this platform, and I got you. More quality content on the way. Subscribe.